Share out.
Miss, I stuffed you up.
Hey, what?
Back to Mount Shasta. My bad.
That's a pretty photo.
It is. Mount
Where
Shasta.
is
That's
it?
in California, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Is it one of the, it's got a lot of, it's one of those places that's got a lot of courts, hasn't it? That's just one big antenna type, a lot of stuff happens around it.
So I've been told you've got one of those somewhere, a rose quartz mountain somewhere there near Adelaide. Out.
We have.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
we
Hey,
can
Cindy.
set up.
That's where we go and do our midnight rituals.
I'll be sneaking out the door.
Is that what you do?
I would actually like to when the weather's better.
I go to do a fire ceremony around 9 o'clock, and I'm just so disorganized by the time I get to it. It's midnight, so it's not intentional. Just happens that way. So how is everyone
That's why
today?
we're normally late.
We're not late tonight.
Good.
I know
Good.
we're on time.
Good.
Yeah.
We
Here
were
we go.
on time today.
Yes.
Yeah,
We were.
actually.
That's it. Hey, Cindy.
Hello, Nicole.
And we got Nicole. Hello, Nicole.
Oh, don't shut your already know. Hello, Rainbow Pop.
Rainbow Pop.
That's Sarah,
That's
man.
an
That's a
interesting
cool name.
name, isn't it? Like I only saw that the other night. I didn't know what the hell that was. But anyway, I know now.
Reminds me of those unicorn stickers that you get when they're just, yeah.
We,
I love it. Sorry,
We don't-
Nicole, we're not doing readings tonight, sweetie. It's just a talk show.
yeah.
There we go. See?
Is
Oh, I
that Sarah?
love it.
Is that Sarah Jane? Or
I
what?
love the name.
Yeah, Sarah Jane.
I love it. Rainbow
Maggie's
Fart
daughter.
Bomb. Oh, really? Is it? Hey, Sarah.
Yeah, it's Maggie's daughter.
Yeah.
I love the
Right.
name.
Oh, she wanted to be incognito.
You just want it to be known as Rainbow Fart Bomb.
I like it.
And we just killed it. Everyone knows.
You just,
I
you
remember
just
we were,
shared
you-
the secret there.
Hey, Michelle. How are you?
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Rhonda.
oh, Michelle.
So
Hey,
thank you for helping
hey,
us.
sweetie, I'm so glad to see you again. We've got a recovery page I think I invited you to. I'm going to see if I can find you and get you invited again. We'll have you on live.
Indeed. Wait a sec. I'm going to get rid of this.
Ah, she joined the game.
I can sit up.
Hi, Margaret. How'd your live finish up? I could actually comment today because I was on my laptop.
Okay,
It was going great. She got a reading
Whenever,
on it. She gets
whenever I'm
in.
on my phone, I can't comment.
Hey, Zelda.
Is that a bad thing?
Oh, because it's broken.
No. Just before,
Love and light.
for some reason it wouldn't let me comment. Oh, thank you. I was having a bad hair night. And it was broken up, so I've got to go back and listen to it. I got some of it, and I'm like, that sounds pretty good.
So,
Yeah. Hey, Maggie. Yeah, your show was great. What I caught of it.
I
was Maggie
nearly
on
had
today?
a nap on the couch. Yeah, at night, you came on at 8:30 our time. Hi, Penny. I think it was. Yeah, 8:30. Yeah, I tagged you
there's
in it.
Zelda.
I did tag you in it. Yes, very.
Hey, Penny.
Well,
I actually invited her to come on live, but
very-
she says she wasn't doing it.
Hey, what's ONJ?
I'm old enough and I don't know what ONJ is.
ONJ.
Hi, Jet Pilot
Jet
Girl.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know. Who is it?
Oh my God. OMJ?
No, ONJ.
I'm with you, Brooke. Don't know what the hell that is.
No.
Olivia Newton-John. Yeah, that's what you were actually saying that before we came in.
Oh, Olivia Newton-John.
Let's get
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes, I am old enough
No.
to know. I am old enough. I turned 40 in a week.
No, you're just a
Yeah,
baby.
you and Michelle are about the same age. All you guys are babies, for God's sake.
Don't talk about women's ages, man. They just get all funny.
Yeah, I'm not getting involved in that.
21 with years of experience.
We're all young.
So you're as old as the, what was it?
As old as the man you're feeling?
Yeah, that's the polite way, yes.
I don't want to think about that. Oh, that's better.
I'm probably older than a lot of you, except maybe for
You might be the same
maybe
age
Tom.
as two. No, I'm much older than you by 20 years.
Okay.
And you've got two other people on there that are approximately your age. In fact, if not exactly.
Maybe Brooke's the same age as me.
Could
47?
be. Okay. No.
How old?
Younger.
47?
No, I'm 55.
I didn't realize you were that old. My God. I saw
Thanks.
that picture. No, I saw that picture of you in 55. I mean, from 2019, and you look so young. You know.
I'm looking on the computer for you just dug yourself a short grave button.
And I did. I didn't know how old she was. Figured she was 50.
No, I'm 56 this year, but I feel 25. But I won't tell you how old I am spiritually. That's even older.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
58?
I'm one.
Maybe.
Millennials.
I did dig myself into some shit there, didn't I?
Yeah.
I've got a rare ability to do that.
Get the shovel.
Were you gardening again?
I've got
were
a
you?
gift. Yeah, I've got a gift.
Digging a septic tank?
Yeah.
I remember once when I was a kid, my dad spent like he's a school teacher, so he spent the whole school holidays, which in Australia it's about 8 weeks, about 2 months, digging this big hole and going down. He was going to make a big septic tank. At the end of it, he dug it, he finished it, then worked out he couldn't be bothered cementing it and just bought like a septic pump. And it was a massive hole. I'm thinking, man, who could be bothered digging that? He spent ages digging that
gosh.
hole. Like, man,
Oh
I mean,
my God.
I like saving $1, but sometimes it's just, it's easier to go to work and do that amount, make that money, that amount at work, and then bloody just pay someone to do it.
And all the cuties. That's so good to see you, Zelda. I'm glad you moved. You're in a safer place now, I hope.
Hey, I'll donate $10 to your Rainbow Fart Bomb if you can tell me what that is in language, that number.
Yeah.
No logarithms.
I can't even count how many O's there are.
When did you move, Zelda? I didn't know you'd moved. So that's awesome.
Hey, darling.
Yeah,
14
things
O's.
are going on there, and it's a little.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, things are going on.
No, I'm aware.
Borland.
Yeah, she lives on the edge of Borland.
Okay.
The way they
That's
say
not-
it is hard to pronounce.
Would you like to come on, Penny?
And say it for
I
us.
asked her for it. She won't do it. You can just come on with your voice. You don't have to. To make the camera live.
Yeah, we'll tell everyone what you look like.
We had
in real life.
You were on Peter's show.
She's got long hair. And
I
long
won't ask
nails
you any
and-
questions that'll have people knocking on your door or anything.
Did you get any
I bet
seats,
Zelda
Chiquita?
listened. Love to hear you. Oh no!
Sorry, like a Bora gone
wrong. No, but you can just come on without your picture. We have people do that all the time. We used to ask questions, and then they would come on and not have their camera on. You don't have to turn your camera on.
Yeah.
6 hours. Oh, good
And we
job.
always say there's no such thing as a stupid question, but they worked out soon enough that if they ask us, they get a stupid answer. So they stop asking questions.
If you guys have any questions, we've got some very adept people here about anything, about spiritual journeys or anything. Why don't, Katerina, I know we've got some people that weren't on last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Tell
why
us-
don't you just tell a little
Yep.
bit about your journey again and a little bit about what you do, because it's pretty amazing. You and Tracy, I think, would really get on well.
Okay, well, I'm in South Australia. I'm a spiritual wellness coach, and that includes light language, energy work, shadow work. I teach people how to connect with their higher self and have a conscious communication, and you actually alchemize and create the energy to become a being that is, well, your higher self is. What you're doing is you're reaching out to your higher self, and then what you're doing is you're bringing it into your physical world so you can communicate and bring in all the ideas and all the solutions that you have already successfully created into this life, so you can expand your light even further. That's one part of what I do. The other part is the shadow work. I connect with your shadow, and I teach you how to have a relationship with your shadow and how to have a healthy relationship with your shadow. That's all about jumping down rabbit holes. I go down there with you because I can see in the dark and I know what's in the dark. So I help you maneuver through it. I have the crystal light bed behind me, as you can see, and what I do is I remove the demons out of your energy. That's one of my tasks. I do readings. I'm a life coach, and I'm just about to start my mental health diploma as well. I'm galactically connected, so I know who I'm talking with. I know where they're from, and I know their purpose. Otherwise, they're not allowed in my space. I'm very much about who are you speaking with, and what is it? Because the universe is very large, and it has multi-layers of threads of energy that, and there's a lot of false light, and the moon is the false light. I just have to say that out loud. Don't put your crystals outside.
I completely forget for the past, I don't know how many full moons. Last time I did it, I went out on the trampoline to have some quiet meditating time, and I ended up with a dog and a child out there, and I gave up and cracked the shits and walked inside.
Yeah, no, I do a lot of interdimensional traveling, and I've been in ships, and I go and work with them with grids and portals. We shut things down, we open things up. I help with the ascension. What else do I do? I do lots of things. What my genius is that you come and sit with me, and I take you onto your journey of self, and I teach you how to connect with your energy and become the best version of your human self. That's what I do. Because I do it 24/7.
Can I tell you my experience with her?
Sure, go ahead.
Anyway, we were there, and I was surprised she spent like 2 hours with me. And at one point, after we had talked a little bit and she got me comfortable and everything, she told me she wanted me to speak light language. And there was somebody who said it was babbling earlier, sometimes it comes to me, but it just poured forth. And when it did, I had 2 giant waves of energy run through me. A lot of times people say, oh, I feel this, I feel this. There was no mistaking this. It came in and went out through my legs and my feet. It was like this giant tingling, and like, the feeling when your hair stands on end. I had 2 giant ones come through, and when I was talking, it was very fluent and just, I was just really going, and tears just started flowing. It was like I hadn't connected with that in so long. Who knows how long when you connect with that. So that was my experience. That was my personal experience. I know a lot of times I do things with other people. I'll feel something, but I've never, maybe once or twice with someone that connected me, Tracy, have I felt anything close to that? You know what I mean? So if I can feel it now. So that's what she does. and things have been different. A part of my aura has been sealed that I've been fighting for a long time. I'm done.
Yeah, it's like your team, what I call your spiritual team, your spiritual guidance, which is just your higher selves, because there's always 3 that come into my house. And it's like you come into my home and then you sit in the kitchen with my team, and then it's like we all sit around having a cup of tea or coffee, whatever, and your team talks to my team, and then I show them how to help you be the best version that you can be. So I use light language as a means of protection as well, and also that's how I communicate with the galactics, with light language. It's quite amazing, really. You know, I'm talking to a mantis or what looks like a horror movie, but it's not. You know, they look very different to us, but they love having conversations with me.
I mean, I've woken up in the morning and people looked at me and gone, "Dear God, put that away." So I can understand how, you know.
Yeah, you know, the idea is, I'm able to look into the darkness that you can't see and then guide you to it, so you confront it, so you can remove the energy from your energy field. When you remove it, when you remove the energy that's limiting you, or the toxic energy from your space, then you don't have to go onto the karmic wheel to come back to that point to do it again. Right? That's what I do. I help you pull it out. It's a lot of work. There'll be times where you're not going to like me. You know, there are going to be times where you're going to cry your eyes out as soon as you come in and sit with me, whether it's online or whatever, you know. But I guarantee you're going to have the best relationship with your higher self, which eventually will integrate into your human life, and you will be so much better for it. Because I'm doing it. You see, I do all that. I talk to Archangel Gabriel consciously, directly. He uses my throat and my eyes to talk to everybody, so he's probably talking to you already. And then I have a galactic Jupiter command. His name is Zorian of the 16th dimension, and he talks to me as well. I do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's all about what kind of human are you going to be, and how are you going to stand and raise yourself to be the best version that you can be, really. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. How a couple of where was I lost my train of thought. So tell us about, you were talking about the Galactic Council, were you?
Oh, the Galactic Council. Yeah, I'm part of the Galactic Federation has many layers of it.
Federation.
Okay, right?
Yep.
So there's the lower vibration. There's and then there's the high dimensional darkness. Just as there is high dimensional light, there is high dimensional dark, and there is as equally as powerful as the light. I don't care what anybody tells me. I've met them, right? So the Galactic Federation is just a community of different cultures, different species who have come together throughout the millennium or even more, come together so they can keep the skies safe. And what happens is every time we unravel something from our human consciousness that doesn't support us anymore, what we do is we leave space for love and support, right? So then we go and seek that out. So galactically, I've been shown it looks like a warehouse of sorts, right? And there's different beings creating boxes, and they're boxes of love. So every time you unravel, every time you remove it from your energetic space, because what you're doing is you're removing it from the planet as well, from Mother Earth, they put these boxes of love in the energy to feel the space, to feel the negativity that you've taken away. Is that clear? Was I? Was that okay?
So
You know,
So you're saying when something's removed from you, it gets filled with something else?
yeah,
Sorry.
because it's the energy is flowing, isn't it? Like you're responsible. You have your personal space, you know, what you call the aura, right? I call it energetic signature. And then outside of that, you have your community, or what I call your border security, your airport, and then you've got the universe. So the universe has to come through your border security before it comes into your personal space, and that's the place I go in and help you clean up. And I'm telling you, there are things in there that I have seen things that would just you'll just want to lay down and die.
I'm just going to Chiquita's question. I reckon some movies are actually, they do have a bit of, you know, there's got to be some truth in there.
Disclosure.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have visions where I've had visions where I've woken up and I'm in it. Because I don't say this out loud because I'm still getting used to saying it out loud. But the interdimensional work that I do is very military type. Some call it the SSP, but I'm not going to say that out loud. And I've been to places where, you know, I actually been told by Spirit that once I write it all down, somebody's going to come along and make a movie, because you can make a movie out of this.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be watching.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm going to get my book first. But do you know what I mean? Yeah.
You've heard of Corey Goods?
Yeah.
He's got a book out and all that, and it's fascinating. I mean, I went down that rabbit hole of just researching all the deep space program and all that on my journey, and it is fascinating stuff.
That stuff's real. So I've done I've done 3 20 backs already.
Yeah,
that's 60 years. But I'm not saying it out too loud, right? Because
no one
because my
not live yet.
Is
okay.
important.
No.
Oh, well, if Sergeant Randy Kramer can say it on talk shows, you should be right.
Yeah, I swear there's knowledge in a lot of movies. Like they're like Brooke was saying, disclosure. They're giving us little bits.
Well, you can only have a little bit at a time, right? Because as humans, we were not made for this, right?
A lot of people.
Because no, that's right. With my clients, I get them to look in the mirror, and they can't look in the mirror, and then I say, well, then how do you think you're going to go when you look into the eyes of a galactic being? Their energy is so different, right? No, you'll have a meltdown. No, you'll have. They've been teaching me for 30 years how not to have a physical meltdown.
I was born seeing things, and when I just found this out about a year ago. When I was 3, I saw scary things, and I shut everything down. And now I'm only trying to wake it all back up again now.
That's right, because it's too hard, right? Look at the world. Everyone's fighting against each other. God knows what are you going to do when you see a massive ship in the sky materialize? Like, they're really huge, and I've been in them, and they sound really loud. Like one day, can I share an experience? One day we had lightning here in Adelaide. I don't know. It was one day. It was just the skies were just screaming. Yeah, this year sometime.
Yeah, we had it here hours.
Yeah, it was really loud, raining, and all that type of stuff. And believe me, I know the roar of an engine. Right, so I would go out. I went outside, and Gabriel, and I'm standing there. Next minute, I'm Gabriel. So because you see, the dark forces are around us all the time. So the Galactic Federation is here to hold court. You know what I mean? To hold to help us clean the space, because we have free will. We have to give consent to our higher selves to help us.
Yes.
Okay? That's universal law.
Yep.
So the same goes with the Galactic Federation. I mean, I've talked to Ashtar. He's come here in this room. There's a lot of things I've taught, you know, a lot of beings I've spoken to. You know, since I've had the lights, my energy's been really cleaned up, and the things that I've seen, oh my gosh. Like suddenly I wake up, you know, like consciously, and it's quite amazing.
Have
The
you
point-
talked about that name, Tracy? Ashtar?
Ashtar. I
I asked what my guide's name was in meditation for quite a while till I got it, and I got Ishtar.
Ishtar.
Yeah, Ashtar is the
Captain. Yeah.
he's the one that runs the show, really. But you got to understand, your energy connects to the frequency of the Galactic Federation. So wherever your frequency is what you connect to. Okay, it's because it's all energy. So what that means is there's a lower vibration of Galactic Federation, middle, and up. Right? So it all depends on your own frequency. That's how it works.
Okay.
I mean, I've spoken to Ashtar, I have for many years, but I have my own ships, apparently. I'm a captain of many ships. You know, I have books in my cupboard here that I've written down and draw diagrams and everything about ships. So on this particular day, you know, when it's lightning and it's raining and there's a roar in the sky, right? We had one of the, you know, a couple of months ago. I went outside and I stood there and I said, that's not lightning or thunder. I said, that's a ship. And next minute I said, tell me, confirm that it's a ship. And next minute I had a lightning bolt come down my backyard. I went, thank you.
Can I explain something that I actually saw when she explained it, and I somehow previously either read or felt or saw it. She explained that each of us exist on all these different planes and vibrations. Our higher selves are in all these places already. Boy, did I get something when I just said that. And she helped me connect with actually a female one from another level. I think she said it was the 7th or something. That's part of myself, and it was actually a female part of me, because we're both male and female in the worlds of lower duality, correct? I mean, I've always thought that and believed that. And so we're just not aware of them vibrationally, and we won't let our higher selves come through because we are trapped here in Maya. We're trapped here in the
Yeah, can I just say, we're not trapped. We agreed to be here. So get over yourselves and get on with it. That's all I can say, right? You're not trapped. You know why you feel trapped? Is because you can't be who you came here to be. So how about you just sit quietly, connect, and learn how to be the person you've come here to be, and then you'll be able to connect to the universe, because I'm telling you, I don't have to close my eyes or go into meditation. I can just go off the planet, right? Go somewhere. But that I was trying to do that. You understand? I had to do layers and layers of lots of unraveling of my shadow to be able to do that. It just doesn't happen overnight. You know. Come on.
Absolutely.
I
That's it.
actually like a
Do you
word.
step into your path, you will feel that emptiness, that disconnect.
Tracy, why don't you tell a little bit about your background and how you came to be? Because I thought your story, I didn't know about a lot of it, you know, like you being, you know, paralyzed and everything for a while there. That was, wow.
I wasn't paralyzed.
Well, you were in bed for a long time.
All right, so
A good Netflix sitcom.
So I was with the same person for 27 years, and I left him, and it can, yeah. And I trying to work out which way that went. I had a breast reduction, and I came out of surgery for the breast reduction. I started an artery burst, and I started bleeding it out internally. So they had to put me back on the table and open me up and fix that. Long story short, I ended up with in a position where I didn't have enough blood, and they had to ended up doing blood transfusions because I was passing out and stuff, and I thought I was going to die. But I probably wasn't, but it felt that way. They were meant to test the blood and take blood and test it, match it against the blood they were giving me. And then I crashed, and I woke up, and then they gave me the transfusions without testing. So I was really frightened. Anyway, I went black. I went away. I, to this day, think my guides took me there. I, within 5 minutes, thought, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. There's nothing I can do about it. And I was at peace with that, which was crazy, but I was. And I just went black. There was nothing. And every now and then someone would rattle, like you have a nurse that sits with you all night when you're having that done. And every now and then someone would wake me up with a noise, and I'd wake up and I'd just go, nope, nope, and I bang, black again. And that's all I did the whole night. And that was that. And then 12 months later, because I was quite big busted, my whole center of balance went off, and I had broken ribs and stuff when I fell off a horse 4 years earlier, and they had missed that I'd fractured my lower vertebra. So I was doing some renovating, and my back was killing me, and I just kept pushing through it. And I woke up the next day, and for a couple of days I had a sore butt cheek, like a real pain in my butt, pinch. And then I woke up the next morning, and my sacrum, my spine, the break had separated into 3 pieces, and my spine had slipped off my sacrum, pulled all my sciatic nerves with it. So I woke up in all sorts of hell, as you can imagine. And went through the whole, was in bed for about 3 months, 6 months till I could like get up and walk at all. I went through the wheelchair walker, the whole lot. And all I did was, for that time, was meditate all day, research. Everything started happening for me at that point. So I was blessed that I had all that time, because normally I work, I have my own business, and everything just stopped. Life stopped. And I just got to study, and
And you were, a part of you was not part of you was not here. That's why you had to go somewhere. That's why. But I'm really sorry you had to experience that. But because, some of my experiences are suddenly I would get really tired, and I'd go and lay down out, in my chair at the back or something, and then I'd see a being in front of me saying, okay, let's go. And then next thing I know, I wake up an hour later, and I've been gone for 3 years.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So, we all do things. We all agree to do things to ourselves because there's a higher purpose in something. So so all that integration that occurred for you will be awakened within you. So, one step at a time, because you can't push these things, right? You can't push it, because you can physically really hurt yourself.
I did that blacking out business. I'd never meditated a day in my life at that point. My brain was really overactive. I couldn't, if I tried, not that I'd ever really tried. And then I meditated for like months and months. I used to meditate 3-4 times a day when I was in bed, because there's not much else to do. Research, and meditate. And then I got to a point where every time I stopped meditating. I still don't meditate much because of it, but it's not happening so much now. Every time I meditate, I would do a guided meditation. As soon as I got to that place, blackout, gone. And as soon as the guided meditation would bring me back I come. And I was never asleep. Every time. It was driving me nuts, because I was trying to do things.
Yeah, well, don't feel so bad, because when I lay under the lights, right, I have like music attached to it. It goes for about an hour, because the music helps. Anyway, I get under there, and then I work with the 9th century healer called Saint Augustus. So he comes in and gets me all ready. And then next minute I know an hour's gone past and I've woken up at the last song. So usually what that means is they're really doing really deep healing on you. You know, like you can't be awake for it. But then there are times where I wake up 1 o'clock in the morning and I have to lay there conscious, because you have to be awake for certain types of healing that you need to do. So that's why a lot of people wake up in the middle of the night, because they need to be awake.
Yeah, you go through spikes of that.
Yeah. I had to learn to so every time I would wake up or something, it'll be like I see like like some guy holding a hose, and next minute all this light, you know, that he turned the hose on and just suddenly all this light would come to me. And I had to learn how to be still within it and not be down on myself, because it just brings up all the crap, right? So you have to learn to lay there and be centered and love yourself 1,000 times more, because it's just that instant cleansing of removal of, you know, dark energies or threads. Because in the last 6 months since I've had the lights, the things that are in your space and you don't even know they're there. You don't even know, right? I've had major psychic surgery done on my right side because they've removed reptilian eggs, they've removed implants, because you don't know you've got them there. That's why I am here to tell everybody, who are you speaking with and what are you doing when you're meditating, right? That's my purpose, right? So everybody's different. Everyone has different experiences. But, you know, if people want to know about their energies and especially getting on their healing process, you're going to have to look at your shit. Sorry, but you do. You're going to have to look at the darkest part of you and become friends with it. But anyway, Trace, just know that all that information that was integrated and downloaded during that time will start to awaken now that the energies are a much higher frequency, and it's like you know, your higher self knows when to activate them. Yep. So all in good time, right? Just let it happen naturally. Like 30 odd years have gone past, and when I look back, gosh, the things I can do. But at that time, I used to cry and yell at my mentor, my spiritual guide, you know, why can't I do it now? Why do I have to wait? You know, all this type of stuff, right? And he would always say to me, everything at the right moment. Get up and keep going. That's what he used to say.
Wow. I used to see eyes. First thing I ever saw when I meditated was the waves on this side and the spirals. And then it turned into eyes, these eyes that used to just come at me. And then it turned into, I couldn't see fully. It was shapes of things, but it was very defined, the shapes, like, and I would see like people going past, and every now and then some real big ugly freaking thing. But that thing never looked at me. Only the people ever looked at me. All that ugly stuff never ever looked at me. It just sailed on by.
Great. You know, some of the energies that look really ugly are the most gentle beings in the universe. They've got the biggest hearts. They have such wisdom, but because they don't look the way we think they should look, we ignore them. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's us that are ugly and they're good looking. And they go, look, well, I'm such a big hearted. I'll go look at the world's ugliest aliens, and because I'm just a nice being.
Oh yeah, well this is my Zorian from Jupiter Command. That's what he looks like.
That's not that ugly.
That's not ugly, no. but he's see what's happening is, right, there's a lot of us are doing the inner work, you know, doing the ascension, doing whatever you want to call it, who are being given beings of higher dimensions, like Zoran is one of them, who are there just to make sure you keep in a high vibration so you can do your work. And he's like that, and like he's like, you know, 9-10 feet tall. He's got like armor around him. He looks a bit like military, you know, police, but his heart is pink, you know, the biggest heart of pink. It's beautiful. But they've been allocated to many of us to keep us in high vibration so we can do the work we need to do on the planet, right? So remember that.
Hi, Penny's mom.
Hi, Irene.
Nope, she's not talking to Penny.
Yeah,
Reading that.
You reckon that?
I would love to just have a recording of those two talking to each other, Penny and her mom. It's got to be wild. I just wanted to say something. You talked about how I want to, Tracy, you know, you talked about how you met some aliens, or they came into your space or something at one point and said they were your family, you know, but they may not have been, they may not have been of the right sort. They may have been, you know, they're the negative ones she was talking about, and I'm very aware of those sometimes, or I believe I am.
The ones in my room weren't negative ones. The ones I saw was 3 were.
You would know if it's negative,
I saw
believe me.
reptilians at 3.
Yeah, well, you should be able to detect that.
Yeah.
Well, the human body would detect
there was
it.
no fear.
Yeah.
I mean, I was laying in, you know, one night, I don't know what time it was, 2:00, 2:30 or something. I have a cat called Kara, and anyway, she came into my room, walked around me 3 times, then walked over me, you know, over my chakras, because she does a lot of energy work, and then she sat on my heart, and then she was looking towards my right side, so I'm laying in bed, right? So I turned around, and then a vortex started to happen. You know, a vortex was starting to open up, and there's a high dimensional grey peeking his head through, right, to see what you know. Obviously, he was told to come and see me, right, to see what I'm doing. But anyway, Kara helped me to get rid of it, because, you know, I did because I know what to do and everything. Let me tell you, greys don't like cats. Dark energy does not like cats.
Everyone's going out to buy cats now.
Well, they don't.
I'm a dog person.
We've got 2. We've got 2 here.
But what I'm saying is, my beautiful Kara helped me to help me feel loved and safe while that was happening, right? Because I'm telling you, if I could draw, oh my gosh. And but this wasn't just a little 5-meter little grey that, you know, that they used to come and try and scare the humans. This was like up at the top end type of being who was told to come and try and scare
they
me.
are, is that irrelevant, the height?
No, I don't know how to explain it, but I just know when they're high dimensional dark or lower vibrational dark. I just know through my training. I don't know how to explain it to you. Sorry, but I just know, right? But, you know, so what I do is I teach my clients who come and sit with me to learn these things, how to love themselves that much, you know, like 500,000 times. So when you do come up with these things, your human body doesn't start having a meltdown, because can I just say this? I don't care how evolved you think you are. When you see it consciously through the human eye and you're not ready, you will have a meltdown.
Yeah, my mum's friend.
Been there. I was there in when I was 28. I don't know what happened, but Yeah. Particularly if
because
you're involved in drugs and booze and all kinds of other things.
oh yeah, like I did all that in my youth, and I, you know, in my 20s, I used to go to sleep. I used to be, I used I used to go to sleep and then be in the energetics, and then I used to have hands coming out of nowhere and grabbing me by the throat, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, fuck
I
that.
just think, well,
Sorry.
I just,
Jesus.
yeah, I just didn't go to the doctors, and I didn't go to the doctor because I knew there was nothing wrong with me. Do you know what I mean? I just knew that there was something going on. Anyway, but I've seen some beautiful things too. Like I've seen Archangel Gabriel, and he's just massively beautiful. Like the wings span the planet 3 times. He's got gorgeous golden yellow light about him. His eyes are just so clean, and when I look in his eyes, I see the universe. You know, that's how, like, he stands in front of me and he has a sword, but he has like the gem. The sword is a yellow, like a yellow golden gem in the middle of his sword, and he lifts it up and puts the end of the sword here, and suddenly I can see out into the universe. Oh my gosh, bloody beautiful, let me tell you. I mean, you know, I've seen that, and then, you know, I've seen the galactics have their version of what that looks like too, right? The high dimensional galactic beings, and they're beautiful. They're so loving, they're so caring, you know. They have truly showed me how much I'm loved, right? And that's what I teach my clients, that you're truly loved. It's beautiful, right? Like, gosh.
What were you talking about? Archangel Gabriel? Yeah, okay, I thought so. I swear I saw a picture like I saw exactly that without a face, just golden light. I saw exactly what you described.
Oh, yeah, I got this picture
Life
I got
between
this
life.
picture drawn of him. Let's see. Look at the eyes, right? It's just, yeah, no, he came into my life 2019, but apparently he picked me at 20 years old. And at 20 years old, I lost my father, and then I fell into the darkest of them all. I fell into a deep, dark place, and I had to learn how to walk through there without the light, so I could get rid of it now. That's my story. But we all done it, right? We all do it at some level.
Do you want to put Staffy's comment up?
I had an experience with yellow eyes when I was a kid, not red eyes.
Yeah. I've seen a being with brilliant blue eyes while I'm under the lights. You just come to visit, say hello. Oh, hey, hello.
Fabio.
One blue and one orangey brown.
Yeah. You know. So what's happening in the present moment? What's happening in the present moment is the layers of density are being removed from the planet as we speak. The grids are being opened to a higher dimensional understanding. So those who are a part of the ascension and doing the inner work are bringing through the energy so they can retrieve their wisdom and experience to help humanity raise above the darkness that's on the planet now. So that's what's happening now. There are over 5,000 ships around the planet, which we can't see, of course. Each person right now is being asked to look at themselves very deeply, because each of you are going to change the world. The universe, there's planets out in the universe, and the people of those planets are looking at us now and praying for us and holding space for us. The grids around the planet are being reconstructed and redesigned, so more of humanity can wake up to their brilliance. So those who are doing the work and who you're doing the work, congratulations, because that's what you come here to do. Each of one of you should be proud of yourselves for how far you've come. Even our friend Staffy.
So, what do you remember about your 20 and back?
Oh, you want to talk about that, Brooke? Well, I give you one experience. Okay, I can
Just for the viewers, they might find it interesting.
Yeah, it's taken me a very long time to be able to talk about it because you know, like I'd go to sleep and wake up and I would have dog on my physical body. There was teeth marks, like a dog had bit me. So, you know, I've died and they've created me again. I've been cut in half. I've been chewed up by a dark, whatever, wherever I went in the planet. It's like military. It was a karmic obligation. But I am now not karmically obligated anymore, and I've revoked my consent. That's why I can talk about it. There are some things I can't talk about. I just can't.
Yeah, go Steve. I used to watch all that, a whole heap of interviews of people that went in the 20 and back. I found it fascinating for a while.
Well, it is. I mean, you know, I've listened to others talk about it. I can't listen to it. So I just can't. You know, like on the other side of the moon, there's a base there, and you know, it's not the aliens that are abducting the humans. It's humans working for dark aliens who are abducting humans, right? There is technology that that used to put my energy back together, and I used to wake up and I had to go and see a shaman all year last year so he could help me so I could restore my energy.
Yep.
There are horrors that would just put you in a mental institution if you didn't have a strong constitution, right?
Yep.
Been there.
I've laid on my bed and I've woken up and I've seen this being come into my room and grab my feet and try and take me, but I fought it. And this is when I learnt that as a spiritual warrior, I'm a badass. Like, seriously. You know, like, I don't have a lot of fear. That's what I'm saying when I'm in that realm. You know what I mean? Like, physically, as a human being, I've had to cope with my I've had to balance myself emotionally, you know. But there's a lot of people doing this right now, and a lot of you don't even know you're doing it. So that's another little story I need to be telling the world. Most light workers are doing it right now, and they don't even know they're doing it.
Doing what?
Working for the dark forces.
Okay.
In the secret space program. Did I say that out loud? Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh God. I don't want to go. Oh yeah, that's it. Sorry, I always feel a little heavy when I talk about.
Yes, Sarah. Sorry.
Still Sky Squad. Oh, the movie.
Thank you, Sarah, for
watch it.
Getting that.
I wake up getting dragged around my bed one night. Wake up absolutely fighting my guts out. Wake up in it. And eventually realised what I was doing and dropped down and managed to move it. But that was horrible. Like, really dragged around my bed.
Yeah, it's awful, right? So
no, I've never had.
Ended up, I had a portal off of a little mirror on my chest of drawers in the corner.
Yeah.
Gone now.
All I can
You're up late. You should be getting ready. Are you getting ready for tomorrow?
She would be. She's probably on her phone about to go to sleep. Yeah, that's going to be good. I can't wait to go and buy some Moldavite.
Well, you're not getting the piece that Andy's putting aside for me.
Hey, I'll just outbid you. Don't worry about it. He's the guy. Yeah, that's it.
Is there a crystal?
I've been held down twice that I remember. One was my legs, and there was actually a spirit in the house. I used to hear him walking around, and the cupboard would rattle. So I'd hear him walking up and down the hallways. You remember Achunga? The floor was really bouncy. I had this cupboard that had all our pictures on, and in the middle of the night, you'd hear all those pictures kind of shaking. And I've seen like the silhouette of him, and I think it was him who held me down. I don't know. And then I woke up one night trying to fight off someone that felt like they're holding around my neck on the couch. Yeah, Achunga. Yes.
My what I would like you all to know is, how do you stop this from happening? You raise your frequency.
Yeah.
You start raising your frequency into higher frequency, because then what you're doing is you're creating Teflon so it can't stick, because they have hooks. That's how they hook onto you, right? And that takes a lot of work of unraveling all your human shit that you don't want anymore. Like, come on, you got to, if you want the world to be a better place, you got to really clean your house, because the world is a reflection of the emotional shit that's going on, right?
Just looking at my house.
But you know what I mean? Like, you keep raising your frequency.
Yeah. I don't really fear them. I know that's weird, but I don't really fear the dark energies or...
Well, I'm not afraid of the dark. I go down to deep rabbit holes and I pull them out. So,
Oh, I still turn the lights on.
Well, what? Oh, yeah. But what I mean is, as a human being and your energetic center, your energetics, you gotta raise your frequencies. Otherwise, you're always going to live in a timeline where this is going to happen. So you got to decide what timeline you want to live in. Right?
I believe you do, Lenore. Can I say something about, I used to have that experience, that being held down, and I was very aware of it, and I've had that since a child. And I moved here. I live right next to a graveyard, and it was on me, and I couldn't move, but I didn't freak out. And I heard, "Welcome to the neighborhood."
Oh, yeah.
and I live right next to a graveyard, but and I said, whatever, you know what I mean? And maybe it's from meditating or something. I haven't had an experience since, I walk through that graveyard all the time, like at night and at dusk. And
yeah, that's it. My visions and shadows make me imagination freak out. I always feel like there's someone right behind me. So I'm like,
but can I tell you too, right? Sometimes that heaviness that you feel, that's just your physical body, because you're outside of it. Do you know what I mean? When you're out, when your light body is outside of your physical self, the physical body will feel heavy.
Yeah, I even saw someone's face, like when I was I was literally physically trying to get this whoever it was off me, and I did see someone's face, but he was a good friend of mine at the time, so I ended up messaging him straight away going, "This just fucking happened, what the fuck?" Yeah.
He was like, okay.
No, he was cool. It's like, it was through the day for him. He's like, "Oh, it's okay, just do this."
Oh, yeah. I've done that too. Like, I've woken up and I heard something that frightened me, and I was on my own, and so I Skyped a friend in America just to talk to her so I could calm down. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I'd say
This
everyone's
poor old Jonathan. He copped everything from me. Highs, lows, dark.
I don't think I've met a person that hasn't been held down or pinned in bed or anything like that before. Yeah.
Bloody sleep paralysis. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think I've had that. I remember like having dreams where I couldn't scream and I felt like I couldn't move, but that was more in the dream than in physical.
I mean, I was very aware of it. You were held down. I mean, I was very well, and I'd struggle and try to move and break out of the consciousness. I don't know if I was an astral or where it was, but I haven't experienced it since. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm not freaking out anymore. So I don't know what, or it just doesn't matter. You know?
Is that the Daywalkers? Because my brother watches like all those shows with those you know footage of what's people seeing everywhere. And in the States, all the daywalkers and all that nasty stuff seems to be in the forests in America. I wouldn't live there.
Yeah, all the TV shows
Hell
tell
no.
you that's
America, man, there's some.
The Walking
There's
Dead.
I used to spend a lot of time out in the woods alone when I was a kid, and now I understand
Well, that makes sense.
why. Now I understand why after talking with, after my session with Katerina. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of native spirits here, and bad things happen here, you know.
Oh, my mum's got a massive Indian chief with her.
We've got a lot of stuff
wow.
like that. The Aboriginals have got a lot of stuff
When
in
I did a
Australia
reading
like
for
that.
her, he was massive.
But because Australia's so desert and spread out, you don't come across as much.
I thought you were jet pilot, girl. I just didn't want to look like an idiot and go, is that you?
Who is
Jet
that?
pilot.
Karina.
That's so brand name.
That was Karina.
Yeah,
I
it's
should have
like-
known.
You couldn't think of anything else? Was it?
I
couple of
love
Jacks- couple of
vampires.
Jacks
Oh
and
my
just
god, I
typing?
always wanted to be a vampire.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh God!
I love all that kind of.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah.
I find them attractive in a really
Yeah.
yeah, primal thing. It's a primal thing.
Okay.
Not that I want to be one. I find them very attractive.
Night, sweetie. Have fun at the show.
Oh, we
Oh,
can be
Twilight. Oh,
nightmares here.
my God!
No, it was
She's going-
Interview with the Vampire did it for
She's
me.
going. If you knew, girls, if you knew.
Hey, they can drink my blood and I'll live with them forever. Jeez.
I might enjoy
This
that.
is
with my
Brad
cast.
Pitt.
well, you know, I used to watch all those too, right? Like, you know, I've got DVDs in the lounge room, right? But since I've become awake of a lot of things, I can't watch it.
No, I don't watch horrors anymore.
I
Either.
love-
I can't watch it. And let me tell you, you don't want a vampire in your room. They're nothing
Well-
like they are nothing like the movie. let me
Nothing
tell
like
you.
Brad Pitt.
Now Tom
I know.
Cruise can stay away.
The only problem is every 4 years we're forced to vote for them in this country. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yes.
You're not
Well, you
those
know, we're
vampires.
talking about the 1% now.
Well, you should live in my country. No longer matters who you vote for.
Yeah, they
Same
pick
here.
whoever they want to come in, don't they? Oh,
yeah,
Corey
no,
Feldman.
Nowadays,
Corey
There's just some
Hames.
shit going on in Australia too.
around the world.
Yeah, New South Wales is on lockdown again, and
The
that's
sixth
just
time,
my
I
brother's.
think Cindy
My
was saying.
brother lives there, and he said to me, "If you're not an essential worker, you can't even leave your house." You know?
What are they?
It's
I would
just
be
awful.
I know in some places I heard they had the military there. They are threatening some of the states that won't follow here with the military, which is so against our Constitution and the law. I better watch myself before I
It
get
is against the law.
to a boomer re-education camp.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone absolutely insane here. I don't even watch the news. Somebody will tell me something they see, and it's taken down off the web immediately as soon as it goes up, pretty much.
Yeah, well, Jet Pilot just posted it was a joke about it, just like making fun of a couple of things that there was just like a shit stirrer, like just like a meme.
Yeah,
and she got banned. She put it on her story, and it was a joke, and she got banned. It's because we live in a fascist dictatorship.
Well, it's not just you. It happened to me, posting the stuff from the doctors that were coming out and speaking about the jab. You've got to be very careful, and they put me on they blocked me for a couple thousand years, and for something they'd already blocked me for, and I appealed, and it's robots doing it,
Yeah, but based on past records, they were just like, playing the odds.
When you hang out with Adam Hudson, you start to go into under the microscope, I think.
Oh,
no, they still haven't touched me.
He's in that group.
No,
you don't do bad shit. You don't do naughty things. Well, Michelle had a question about she's started seeing things red through one of her eyes, and wanted to know if you knew what that was. And she's asked the question several times.
I thought that was just Kirsty's profile pic.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Can you
It
go
was
back?
ages ago.
Can you ask it again, Michelle? She like saw things through one of her eyes. She started seeing things red through one eye. So I think that she's very spiritual. I mean, she's kind of like me, had an experience like mine.
That was ages ago.
Yeah, it was ages ago. Don't worry. Just say it again.
And ages ago, everyone was talking about crystals.
I can't go back that far.
You can actually cleanse the crystals yourself with your energy, and program them with your energy. You can cleanse them with selenite. You can cleanse them with sage. You don't need to do the water and all that, because a lot of crystals can't cope with the water.
Especially selenite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just get a little bit of the crystal lights. I have a bottle of water in my room, and it purifies the water. So I put sea salt in it, and I do my little. I connect and do what I do, and then I just spray them. I spray my crystals, or now that I've got the lights, I just put them under the lights and ask that my team clean my crystals. But you know what you can do? You can just run them under the tap water and place your love in it, and that's it. That's all you have to do too.
But do your research on your crystals.
Yeah.
Can you put
do your research, because you can't put all crystals. Some crystals give off toxins, so you got to know which crystals not to put underwater.
I just found Michelle's thing.
Yeah, can you put Michelle's comment back up?
Have to repost it. I can't scroll.
I found it.
She's got it. Michelle just did it again. Michelle just did it again.
What did you say, Tracy? Everyone spoke at once, and it was like blah 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 blah. Blah.
I don't know. It's gone now.
Anything, any crystal with
any
the
crystal ending in ITE, selenite,
angelite,
malachite, any of the ITE ones generally don't put in water because they do dissolve. My malachite ring I wear in the shower, and it takes a long time, but it is.
You know, I have heard that before. You know, Trace and I used to put my selenite in water, and nothing's happened.
Really?
Yeah.
I know my malachite.
Yeah, but that could be like.
I think it just softens it.
Have you ever grown like, say, copper sulfate crystals or stuff like that?
Mine's getting looser and looser, and it's.
You know what I mean? It could just be like that.
Getting smaller.
You know that, like over time, if you left them for ages, for a couple of weeks, I don't know, but. I mean, I assume selenite people grow this from a solution.
Huh?
Do they?
Ask Andy, he'll know.
Yeah, he'll know.
I'm not big on the crystals, but I am surrounded by lots of quartz, and I use selenite. I've got a selenite knife that I use for cutting cords.
Andrew's got one of those for sale at the moment.
What's that?
You got a big selenite knife. He's had it for ages.
Yeah, I was asking him. I want just a big flat bit so I can cut, so I can make my own stuff like that. I really like to make my own.
Michelle's thing. I saw my left eye turn completely red, and it was 6 weeks ago, roughly. Not sure why nurse thought it was a good thing. Thought it might be an ascension symptom. And Emma said right above that, "Oh my God, my vision all went red once. Please explain."
Can you put that comment up, Brooke?
No, I can't scroll up that high.
No, it's not that far back.
Recent. It was.
I should do it again.
It was 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes
Michelle.
ago.
Yep. Okay, I'll look for it. I thought you were talking about the red eye one right up.
Oh, 3 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
no, she redid it.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Thank you.
Yes, it's just ascension. It's just an ascension symptom. The body has to react, and so our bodies react. You know, like the other day, I was reminded, my friends, that not everything is spiritual. So Gabriel said to me the other day with my friend, "You're all overthinking it." You know how we can overthink it physically? You know, like we overthink it and we stress out about it physically. Well, we can do that spiritually as well. You know, there's just some things. Our bodies are shifting. Our cellular levels are shifting. Everything of our body is shifting into a higher frequency, which we have never done before on the planet. So everybody's going to have different ascension symptoms. You know what? Navra used to say to me, and he was my spiritual mentor, if it brings you peace of mind, go and see the doctor, but there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, but yeah.
I just saw a Monty Python sketch then. Just a flesh wound.
I'm not disregarding it. I'm not disregarding it.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it down or anything. But you know, I used to always worry about things as well, and my guidance used to say to me, if you're really worried about it, go and get it checked out. But there's nothing wrong with you. It's just an ascension symptom.
So he was saying that specifically to you?
Sorry?
Was he saying that specifically to you?
Well, he was talking to me because he's my guidance. But I say to people, you know, if it's really stressing you out and you need a peace of mind, then go and get yourself checked out. You know.
Because there are a lot of things that doctors can do really good. I mean, there are a necessity. This day and age, I know they put us on a lot of stuff that doesn't fix the problem, but it just postpones or whatever because of the way the system's set up. But you got to go to your doctor and get things checked out and see what's happening.
For peace of mind.
You can't be silly about it.
Well, my mum ended up with an artificial valve, a pacemaker, several ablations, died on the table twice. So there was definitely something wrong with her. So yeah, I think if you do have any kind of physical, go get it checked, just in case.
Yeah.
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 And we do not give professional medical or legal advice on this show.
That's what, when people ask for health, I go, look, I may be able to pick up something, but I'm no way any means medical. So I cannot guarantee that what I'm feeling is right, but please go see a doctor. Please go see a doctor.
That's it. Go to gym.
Yeah.
But you all...
Gym's medical.
Yeah, but the thing is, right,
there isn't one yet.
But you know, right, if there's going to be something physically wrong with you, your body's going to scream at you, so you better listen, right? So
yeah.
Listen to your body. It talks to you.
Because we're embodying our spiritual awareness, and we haven't done this before. Okay, this is our 4th time that we tried doing this. Right, this is the 4th time. So this time we're getting further than we did last time. So keep going, keep unraveling, be beautiful, go out there and speak your truth. Do whatever you have to do to get people to listen, to understand who they are. Because the more we do this, the more light comes in, and we're going to physically change our physical bodies to be able to heal ourselves much quickly. Because we haven't been taught to do it. Right.
Or you can sit on the couch and watch Netflix, and then they'll go, "Oh, you're that close to ascension," but go again. Is that what you want, people? Pull your finger out.
Yeah. The ascension, what does ascension mean? I didn't start my ascension to 2007. So between 1992 to 2007, I had to clean up a lot of my physical stuff before I could do what that means. And that just simply means waking up to something about yourself that you've never known before. That's what that means.
I had an interesting discussion about the word ascending. Like, are we ascending or are we descending?
Well, everyone has their wisdom and knowledge and understanding, right? Because you're talking from your point of view, from your education, from your perspective, from your growth, from your evolutionary growth, right? We are all here to share what I think, what you think, what Brooke thinks, to create a better understanding for everybody. So no one is right or wrong. No one is better or less than anybody. You know, I share what the Galactics and my team give to me, you know. And if you resonate, great. If you don't, well, you know, keep scrolling. Okay. I'm sure there's somebody out there that you will resonate with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just how it was explained. You know, we actually are descending down into the down into our bodies from.
Yeah, that's my way of saying we are embodying our spiritual awareness into our physical self. So that's my version of that. Yeah. It's not all bling bling and firecrackers and woohoo. You know, it's subtleness, it's awareness, it's quiet time, it's becoming aware of who you are, right? All the bling bling and all the noise about it, that's false light to keep you distracted from really tuning into yourself.
Some of it is, as you say, Katerina, it's not all love and light and it's not. It's just not. And I had to keep the love through it. I expected some sort of you know, and everything would glow and everything would be golden light. No, at least it doesn't work that way for me.
No, but then, you know, I've had Archangel Gabriel walk, because I've given him consent to walk into my space when it's required, and he's taught me how to look through his eyes, and I'm telling you, everything glows from an angelic point of view. The light glows, everything sparkle, right? It's beautiful. It's really, everything is clear, you know, the colors are bright, the sky is bright, everything looks really defined when he does that, because I'm braiding with him. He sometimes says, "Oh, let's go out for a little while and I'm going to let you see through my eyes," and I could spend the day looking through his eyes. It's the most beautiful thing. So look for the beautiful things, right? Look for the beautiful experiences. You have so much guidance around you that's just wanting you to show the brightness of the galactic center, you know, for example, or the brightness of the star, of the brightness of what the grass looks like. Have you ever looked onto the grass and seen the 5D version of it? It's just flawless. It's just beautiful. Absolutely. You want to cry. It's that pure, right?
Sorry, Warm Heart. No, we're not doing readings. This is just a talk show where we just discuss heaps of...
Yeah.
You're quite welcome to stick around and ask questions. I'm just playing with my cards. Sorry.
Ah, so that was you egging them on.
Oh, I'm just...
You did that last week.
I know. Sorry.
She's
We're
she's
so used to
practicing.
we don't even notice.
She's going down the road for the Texas Hold'em thing after the show.
It's just.
You can hear the cards. That's why they're thinking.
Oh, I forget how loud my
Is that like when the
That's
sharks smell the blood in the water? You know, they hear the cards being shuffled. Where's my reading? Where's my reading?
Sorry. I'm going to put my cards away.
Yeah, everybody, we're all seeking something, aren't we?
It's just soothing to shuffle.
Yeah, you got to have a laugh. You got to laugh about it all. My team, like.
Yeah, I'm American.
When I'm with a friend, right, and we're talking about these things, Gabriel will come through and say he has sarcasm, right? The sarcasm that comes through just gives us belly laughs where we're literally laughing and crying. Like he just comes out with one words, you know. So that's what I love about it as well. You know, sarcasm. Yeah. So anyway.
Yes, no, we're everyone apart from Tom is Australian here. I like that name, Warm Heart. Sounds nice.
Yeah, he says he's American, but we haven't seen any paperwork, so we're not sure. I'm not sure about that. But he does have a Johnny Deere hat and a caterpillar hat, so it's pretty much confirmation.
I'd like to come to America one day, go for a travel. I have been told that I will be going there. And I want to go to, did you say Mount Shasta? Is that what the picture is behind us?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and then there's another place as well. What's the other place called? Not Mount Shasta. There's another place.
Did the whole
in North Dakota, South Dakota. South or North Dakota. You're talking
I don't know. There's something else too.
There's an Indian. Yeah, there's a place there.
Yeah. Because I want to visit those places. Gabriel tells me I'm coming to America.
Come by Indiana, out here in the middle of the heartland.
I got a few connections.
There's nothing to see out there. Come and see. It's like Australia. Let's go and see the desert. Yeah, you're there for about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm done.
Walk past snakes.
Out here in the corn and the cow pies. Yeah.
It is pretty here. And everyone's very laid back. We're not lazy. We're just laid back.
Man, if you know what I did before I got into the show, my God.
He's made my birthday present.
And Tracy's birthday present.
Oh, and your birthday present. For next year.
Yeah. I just got to spoil your present.
Can I answer, at least from my perspective?
Lymphatic system.
Can I answer something in my perspective that Staffy brought up?
And that is good immune system.
Yep. Yeah, Tom.
And he was talking about, it's a contradiction in terms of ascension, descension. I think it's just a matter of viewpoint and perception. Is my higher self now descending into my human form in the 3D? Or am I ascending into awareness? I kind of looking at more, if that makes any sense. That's the way I perceive it. And I granted, a few months ago, I wouldn't have felt that way, but now I can understand it, because it's all, what dimension are you looking at it from? What part of your higher self are you looking at it from? That's the way I perceive it now.
Looking up or down. Yeah, there's a place in Washington State, Mount Adams, and actually got the what is it? The Eastsetty Ranch, just south of there, Trout Lake, and the footage that they have coming in and out of that mountain, that's like Mount Shasta, just stuff coming in and out all the time,
up in Queensland, in Australia, up there, Queensland, up there, there's a military base up there that the elite military from America come to, you know, Brooke, up in Queensland there.
Yep.
I can't, yeah. Just outside of that in the ocean, there's a portal in the ocean that goes down to Middle Earth.
Oh, no.
Well, if people had an idea how many of those there were, they would freak the shit out.
Because I took a group of people. I've taken a group of people through meditation through that portal, and I had to go to the Galactic Federation to get permission. And we had to do it quickly, otherwise we would have been seen. We were on a mission.
What's that, the Blues Brothers? We're on a mission from God.
Yeah. To answer your question, Tom, you know, it's like I said before, no one's right or wrong. I describe it as I connect to my higher self. I learn my skills and new tools from my higher self, and then I integrate that into my physical body so I can be it in this physical form. So that's how I describe it. And that's what I teach my clients.
Can we get rid of Susanna?
Oh, sorry.
What's
Wait a
that?
sec. I just want to see what she's got to sell.
But she's telling me that my ink's not good.
I'm surprised that stuff we were on didn't brief that out then.
Yeah, well, it's fucking staying in there. Hi, Angela. I can't see you. Oh, it's not Angela.
Aha! We have you.
Yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
Turn your sound on. We got you.
My beautiful lady.
Yeah. Is your sound on?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
They're moving around.
Coffee.
Up, she turned herself
Area
off.
50.
She'll come back. We call her the soul whisperer. She sees people as souls. I can't.
Sorry, those are you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're all in trouble now.
Nah.
Behave.
We're never in
Behave.
trouble. I don't
Never.
think she sees anything bad in anyone.
The higher self's looking down around now going,
You know, so that some people are talking about tattoos, right? All I can say is that my team got me to get tattoos recently, and I wouldn't have never got them in the first place, but I got them for they're all symbolic. So I don't believe they're harmful to me.
Yeah, no, it's just I read that. I'm like, well, I don't really get sick.
Can I show you my tattoo?
If you
Yeah.
like. I'm innocent. Yeah, I'm innocent. I know, Karen.
I have to stand up.
He's laughing. No,
Where is it?
you
There
meant
it
to
is.
agree with me.
There's my tattoo.
Oh,
What's it?
wow.
stay there, Karina.
They still. Hang on a minute.
Oh,
There it is.
no, not quite, but similar.
Yeah.
You saw.
I did. I thought I saw
Yeah.
with Josh last night. I should ask Karina about that.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Wow, those symbols are so familiar. That's like
And then
like
there's
something.
and then there's
But wait, there's more.
Instead of,
I
I thought that looked like a sombrero there for a second, that last one.
yeah, that's what my stepson said.
I like him.
It's all symbolic. It's all symbolic.
Hey, Karen.
Hi,
But,
you guys doing?
Good, how you?
Hey,
I'm fabulous.
so glad we
You're
got you to
all-
come on.
Is that your house?
Yeah,
We finally see you at your house and you're not working. I could tell what you're wearing.
off today.
Wonderful. We this is Katarina, one of our friends here from Australia. But why don't you tell them a little about your story? You know, like just a couple of the high points. God, your sister is gorgeous, man. God, the two of you just wow.
I was thinking, who's Angela?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what her
It's not
mother.
like Karen.
That's what her mother called her.
I was just wondering if you had another sister. I'm like,
No, that's what she wants to be called. She doesn't want her private name out here, you know.
Yeah. Karen's just moved into that home. What? How long ago? Not that long ago. You manifested a beautiful house.
1 month ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You manifested it
Wow.
from nothing to ta-da!
Mm-hmm. This is manifestation. Yeah. I was telling Carly that I wrote it. I have a vision board, and in 2019, I wrote exactly. I wanted a 4-bedroom house, nice yard, nice kitchen, nice bedrooms, and I manifested it. Yep. Is that simple?
Yeah. I've got my vision board in here. I haven't made it physically yet.
People could only visualize what they want with their lives, put it to pen and paper, look at it every day, give it the energy, and believe you me, you will manifest it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
I've got a pin board up here in my office where I've put stuff on there, what I want to manifest. It's all on my pin board up here, and it's happening.
Yes, it's gonna happen, but it's all you have to have a good mindset, right? Because you have to put it there, and when you put it there, you put it with a positive energy, and don't worry about it. Don't worry where the money is gonna come from. Just don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. Allow the universe to do its job. You step aside and allow the universe to do its job. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Angela, because obviously I needed to hear that tonight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, step aside. Just step aside. Keep the positive energy. Step aside and allow the universe to control.
Blessings. Great.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear a conversation between Katerina and Angela there.
Not on my show.
I just like to be a fly on the wall. Yeah,
I've manifested a few things too. Like for a little while, I've been getting told that I'm going to get on a big stage and talk and stuff, and it manifested the other week. And now I'm doing a positive psychiatry and mental health convention at Toronto as a virtual speaker for 25 minutes next year in May.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a clap.
I know, right? It just fell in my lap. It just fell in my lap. I had given a session with somebody, and then I got a message saying, we would like, and I spoke to the lady, and you got to pay a fee or something. So I've paid. I said to Gabriel, because Gabriel stands there and goes like this, right? He says to me, yes, yes, yes. So I said yes, and then I said to him, well, bring me the money, and the money came for me to pay it. And so I manifested that, and I'm going, oh shit, I've got to be talking in front of psychiatrists.
Just pretend they're all naked.
And it's all going to be on, it's going to be like this, so it might not be so bad. So that's one of them. That's one. The other, in May, I manifested $5,000 through my work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, believe me, ladies.
True. Yeah.
I'm going up to the high enders, because there's high enders who need my help.
And
That's cool.
what I normally say to people, just because you can manifest good, you can manifest bad too. That is why you got to be careful with your thoughts.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with your thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm so conscious of that too, right?
Pardon me?
I'm so conscious of how I create my thoughts. Now that I'm coming into higher I'm coming into my 10th dimensional frequency, and oh my gosh, I'm very conscious of how I'm speaking, how I'm writing things down, everything. Right?
Yeah, it's very important. It's so important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell a bit about yourself, like the time you woke up in the middle of the night and got dressed and went out at 3 a.m. or something down in Guyana? Just she explained some of her things that happened with her. I mean, you've basically been like this since you were a child, haven't you? You and your sister.
Yeah, in life we all go through different phases, different experiences. And one of my experience, I was telling Tom one time, is that I got up from my bed like about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know where I was going. I just stepped out the door and I just started walking, and walking down a street which is totally dark. I saw some men first, and they asked me where they was driving in a car, and they asked me where I'm going, but I did not answer. And then one guy in the car said, "That's a ghost." And they continued driving. But I decided to turn around and to head back home. And as I was going back home, I fell to my knees in the yard, and I raised my hand. I asked the universe, I said, "What is this I'm going through? Can you speak to me? What is this I'm going through?" Because when you're going through these experiences and these phases in your life, sometimes you don't understand, and you become very confused. And I fell to my knees, and I said, "Can you explain to me what's happening?" So I went back into the house, and I normally read my Bible, so I picked up my Bible and I started to read. And I was telling Tom, I don't know if you guys know the story with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? With Nebuchadnezzar. When the three of them Nebuchadnezzar was the king, and he put them into a furnace. And a furnace is pretty hot, it's fire. So when I read the scripture, I said, "Oh my God, this is what is happening. I am going through a fire. I'm not going to get burned, but I'm going to come out, And after I finished reading that scripture, I understand exactly what was happening to me, And that was an awakening that happened to me that I will never, ever forget that experience, But saying this is to let people know we all go through different experiences. And if you could only ask what's happening, things would be revealed to you. Once you have an open mind, things would be revealed to you exactly what's happening to you.
Exactly.
And we have to learn, as I always say, you have to learn to listen.
Yeah.
Because once you listen, you're going to hear.
Yeah. And that's why you need to go into a quiet place to be able to listen.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You got to learn to, yes. You got to learn to be quiet in your nothingness, because that's where all the creation occurs.
Yeah.
We could talk for hours, Angela.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, both of you are on my friends list. You two need to friend each other. I'm just telling you. I was just hoping she could come on with you.
You're talking about the fire, right? When I was, how old was I? I was 25, 26. I think 27, somewhere around there. I had this vision, and I found myself outside of my house, right? I found myself outside, and there was this huge fire, and I walked straight through it. And then I walked straight through it, and then I found myself back on the other side of it, and then I saw this huge man in what looked like a spacesuit come out with a silver plate with all this stuff in it, and he said to me, "You just need to go he said to me, "You are going to find your silver lining. Just keep going." And I walked through this fire. I used to have dreams like that all the time. And I used to find myself outside going, "What? Okay."
Well, Tracy was my guide when mine was happening. You were.
You were really in the shit, Carly. I'm so proud of you. And I realized where you were 2 years ago. It's incredible.
Well, I had Tracy right by my side through it, but you helped me through so much. You did. Happy to.
Yeah, that's great. Right.
We all went through something. We all went through something to get where we are today, you know?
Yeah, that's right. You know, at 29, I by the time I was 29, I was emotionally wrecked, financially, you know, in debt, spiritually, all over the place, and I was being attacked by dark forces, and I literally fell to the floor and I said, well, God, you either take me now or help me, because
Sure.
I can't do this anymore, right? Like literally I was getting hands coming out of nowhere, grabbing me by the neck and trying, you know, like I was waking up in such, you know, all this sort of stuff, right? So I said, help me or take me. Which is it? Right. And then you know, I he brought me, and then I found Navarro, who he was my spiritual guide, and he helped me to get out of the dark. So yeah, you know, we all have our stories, right? But
Sure.
now's the time to tell the stories, because there are people
Yes.
there. People are waking up and they need to hear that they're not alone, and they're not having weird experiences, and they have loving energy around them that just wants them to grow and expand and learn about themselves, because that's what we're doing, right?
Angela calls it the calling. We're in the calling. This is the gathering.
Yes.
She had a vision of it, and she said she was also going to be in a world platform.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But this is us coming together. So many of us have been in past lives together, and this is the gathering.
I remember there's another story that I remember when I was like about 16, I think it was. I think I was about 16 years. And I used to live in a village. And there was a guy, his father was a shoemaker, a man who repairs shoes, you would call him. And he had a son, and he was kind of mentally ill. But my grandmother, he had liked my grandmother so much. So I remember one day we all was sitting in the kitchen, and he came to our house. But my grandmother was a very spiritual woman, you know, and she prays a lot and all of this stuff. And he came into the kitchen, and remember, he's mentally ill, right? So he came into the kitchen. We all were sitting in the kitchen, and he came up the back step, and he was singing a song, Jesus is a Sunbeam or something like that. And he sat on a bench, and he started to talk to my grandmother. And after he finished talking to her, he left the house. It was myself, my sister, my mom, and my grandmother. The four of us was in the house. And he left the house and he walked out the gate. And about 5 minutes after, he killed 3 people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit.
And it was like, I was saying, myself and my sister was talking this story a couple of weeks ago, and we said to ourselves that if we weren't spiritually inclined, we could have been the death at his hands. You understand? Because we did not even know he had a weapon on him. He came into the house. We didn't know all of that. Is when he left 5 minutes after. The people who he saw that he came in contact with on the road, he had a cutlass, like, and he started to chop them up. Yeah? I'll never forget that story.
Angela comes from Guyana, which is in South America, close to Venezuela. It's used to be a Dutch colony that I think the British took over.
Yeah, the British had a war, and then the British took over.
The cabal.
And then we get our independence in 1966. Yep.
Wow, that was awful late. Gosh.
Yeah, 1966 we get our independence. Yep.
Speaking of world platforms, there's a new show starting next week. I'll give you something that's an interview show that's starting before this show next Friday.
Beautiful.
That's very
There you
professional.
go.
Nice.
There's another public service announcement with that. Brooke is going to be leaving this show. And I guess I'm going to be taking him like, oh, hell no.
Yep. He's taken over the reins.
But what I think I'm going to do, and I've actually approached somebody who's on here, and I'm going to approach a few other people, is look for a co-host to start to do it, you know. There's no way I'm going to, and I'm going to have to learn how to do it. And he's going to do his interview show, which we've got so many wonderful people we know, and I'm going to start reaching out to some other people here in the U.S. But if you guys want me to keep this up, I'll keep it up. Do you guys want me to continue to do this?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I hand it over, you just go, oh, too hard. Nah, you're doing it, man.
Well,
That's it. I trained you up all this far.
Brooke's just taking his next
Yeah,
part of his
move.
journey.
Yeah.
I've been working
he's
on this show for a little
always
bit.
working on projects constantly.
Yep.
Constantly.
And I've noticed that I have to cut back to start new projects. I can't just adding them. I just get no time to do anything. And it's hard enough to find time to meditate anyway, you know, without the job and a life, or half a life. You know, so no, it's been good. I mean, we started this just in
By accident.
just an Ascension Journey group for something to do on a Friday night, something to do, and it was fun.
He and I started bullshitting, then people started coming in, then we started getting guests, and
Yep.
You're
I
still
started leaving
seeing.
really quick, and
I've learned, and I apologize for. I have to apologize for past gibbering sessions on me. Sometimes I get excited and I'm on the spectrum, and I gibber on, and I've learned. And actually, last week was a good learning lesson for me. You know, I'm here to maybe help keep the conversation going. I don't need to intrude into it, you know. So I'm going to change up how I do things, you know. And I've meditated on it, and I'm going to have to learn how to do StreamYard and buy it. But maybe you can help me with that. I can maybe practice on our recovery page, and you can help guide me through it.
Yeah,
So hopefully we will continue. I'm actually going to reach out to some other guests in the U.S.
yeah, I'll still come on the show now then.
Okay.
Can we do it a little bit like 9:30 p.m. instead of 10:30?
Sure, I would love to. I would love
Because
to.
it's 12:20 right now.
I get it. You've got life. And you've
Oh
got
my
a business.
gosh, you know, it's been a big
I would,
day.
I would love to do that. We actually talked about that. We can actually do it a little bit earlier too.
What
And
time
I
is it
can
over
stay
there
up.
for you?
It's 10:50 a.m. here for both
Oh, I
Angela
thought
and
it was
myself.
earlier for some reason.
Yeah, see that the new show starts at 9:30. It goes for an hour, so it'll just be an hour show. It won't be any longer than an hour. My new show.
And also, you're going to save it to the different pages so that people can watch it, right?
Yeah, well, I deliberately did it from the 9:30 to 10:30 slot, so it wouldn't interfere with this show because this show's been starting at 10:30. So
I've asked
okay.
Katarina to try to do this, so maybe we'll start and not step on you.
Competition. Yeah, that's all right.
Competition. But you'll be
Hey,
posting
but, you know.
yours with the different interviews, you know.
That's all right, because I'll be going on his show too.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
But I'll
wasn't
be
the
looking
stand-up.
I'll be looking for guest hosts like Tracy and Carly and hopefully
Yeah, we'll just
Angela if we
spread
can
out.
catch her off. What I would like to do with Angela is find a time in the evening, our evening, your morning, where she can come on and spread what she does. Because, yeah, do you have anything to say, Angela, about Katarina? Or she goes
Just
and
put her
looks.
on the
We would
spot.
hate to put you
If
on the
she's
spot.
quiet, if she's quiet, she's doing work.
Hey, what do you think about this person? What do you think about this person? That's an
I'm
angry
doing
guy.
it to her all the time.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, don't say anything if you're not supposed to.
I'm always working.
Huge, very, very huge. So big, 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 big.
Say that again. Sorry,
And
Don.
there's a lot of great things that is going to start unfolding in your life, right? You went here quite a few times. Some things is going to unfold, great things that you may not even understand what's happening. You know,
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, you'll be so fascinated about the whole thing. You know,
Yeah.
some great things are going to happen for you. The great stuff.
Oh, wonderful. I feel it.
Keep that mindset. Sometimes little negative things may creep up every now and then, but try to override it with the positive. You know, but great things are going to happen for you, though. Great stuff.
I can feel it, and I'm getting very excited. Like, and I do, like, when I have to look at something that's not so that what I call a negative thread of energy, I actually me and my team actually go down that rabbit hole, and I go and face it to remove it from my energy so I don't have to relive it. I actually do that. Like, I actually do that. And I just come out of one, right? So I'm very excited about what's coming.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is yet, but I can feel it. I feel more focused. I feel I feel excited. So thanks so much.
Because you're going into the next phase of your life now. It's the next phase you're entering for your life now. Yep.
Yeah, and it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I'm going to manifest what I want.
Of course, you have the ability to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all have that ability.
Yeah, of course we do.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to manifest enough financial abundance so I can just get on the aeroplane and go wherever I want in the world and share my story to the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm manifesting.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty of work for all of us. Carmen.
That's right. So that's what I want to do, right? And I actually I'm writing a chapter for a co-author, or like a co-author book. So I'm writing my chapter there, and the publisher is willing to help me create my own book.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Like, I'm really excited about, like, if you knew where I came from, you'd be really, people would be happy for me instead of trying to drag me down,
What sort of...
The people who may be trying to drag you down, it has nothing to do with you.
No, I know that I'm really learning that now. Like, I'm coming into my empowerment now, but I'm just saying that's behind me now, because I'm not allowing, I'm not even going to allow that anymore. So I'm really excited about my co-author book. I'm really excited about writing my own book, and my own book is going to become a movie. One day you're going to see my story on the big screen. And the universe has already picked the person who's going to do it. I just haven't talked to him yet.
Exactly.
No hint, no teaser? No.
But yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm just sharing my excitement, right? Because I am so grateful that I'm able to connect to. I really love connecting to Archangel Gabriel and my team, because they walk with me every minute of the day. I have a huge team, and what's happening now is I'm manifesting the people who want to uplift me, who want to help me become successful, who want to help me, gain what I want to do. And yes, I'm going to get the money. Why not? I'm not going to be poor anymore. Fuck that.
Hell no.
Oh, did I just swear? But
You can
know
say
what
the
I
F
mean?
word, you just can't say the
Yeah,
C
I
word.
do. Am I
Over.
allowed?
We're banned now. We're banned now.
Yeah, so I'm
Get your
determined to
vaccination.
do that because I want to be able to go and get a lot of, because I always, I'm getting my little future thing is that I get people in a room, like a lot of people in the room. I talk to them about energy and I'm activating them. That I'm an activator, so I need to get lots of people in the room. And they're going to get me to talk about this stuff. So, I'm very grateful to be on your show, Brooke, and
Yeah, too easy.
being with all you lovely people, because you're all helping me be comfortable in front of, I don't know, hundreds of people. I don't know who's even watching, hello. Because I'm in my room here on a little camera, right?
Yep. It'll be his shows next week.
Yeah, so
I got a learning curve. Help me,
You'll be
Carly.
fine.
Help me.
You'll be
Help me,
fine.
Carly.
You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
It's called
Yeah,
YouTube.
no.
People ask me all the time how to do it. I say it's called YouTube. They got stuff for everything.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
man.
go in and press buttons.
I need to learn how to use StreamYard too, because I was thinking about that the other day. I need to learn how to. I don't
It's
know how to use
easy.
it either.
It's really basic. It's really easy. You can just do some walkthroughs and then.
So
Yeah.
can I tell you what I feel from you, Angela? Is that okay?
Sure, tell me. Sure, that's what you're here for.
Well, Tom put me in it. I'm going to put you in it now. Okay, let me see. So how I see things, right? So you've come into my house. That's what I call my energy center, my house, and we're all in my kitchen. And my guidance and your guidance are very excited to have met. Like they're very excited. It's like about bloody time you got here. What happened? Where have you been? That sort of thing. But like what I'm seeing 4 galactic beings around you. They're the most strongest, loving nature, high dimensional, beautiful beings. Oh my gosh. Their heart space is just like pink and yellow and blue, like lots of nice colors. And they also, they're the angelics of the galactics. They're as equally as beautiful as the angels. Like Archangel Gabriel is standing with them. They have so much respect for you and they love you, and because you listen, because you take their process and you're showing the world how it works for you, how it works. And that's very exciting to see that in someone else, because because that's what I do. I'm just showing the world how my process works, and it works, right?
Oh my
And that's what I see in you. And you've got oh, well, there you go. There's Jesus. There he is. He's standing right there. I know him as Yeshua, right? That's how I know him. Oh, he's standing right there. That's really nice. Thank you for letting me see that. And then you got Pleiadians around you. Your life spark was created by the Pleiadian energy, so you're very ancient. Your ancient self is your ancient self is, you're learning to bring in your ancient self, because it's the ancients that need to come into the planet, and they're doing that through walking into their human counterparts, which is me, you. And that's why we're being taught how to handle high frequency energetics so we can have them come into our space so we can help them. They're going to help us, help them, help the planet. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm an ancient. Like you were can I keep going?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Please do.
Yeah. So these ancient beings, like I'm ancient. So what I mean by ancient beings is we're the original creators, Angela. I created the DNA. Did I say that out loud? I haven't said that out loud. You know, like we all created something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now is the time. So everything that's occurred for you, everything that has happened for you, has simply been there to show you how to hold the high dimensional galactic and angelic energy. Because not a lot. There's only 10% of in the world that can do it. Like I'm one, right? Not a lot of people can do it because it takes a lot of. You need a really strong constitution for it. I don't know how else to describe it. Doesn't make me better or less than anybody, right? But I'm just saying. And the ancients have been given permission by Source, or however you want to call it, to awaken their counterpart. So we're kind of like their counterpart, the human counterpart. That's what I call them. So that's why I've been braiding with Gabriel for 2 years to learn how to handle that energy, because they just brought in my galactic twin flame, and you're coming into your galactic twin flame.
Mm-hmm.
That's another story, another day, another experience. And my Zorian is my galactic twin flame. And that's the masculine part of you, right? So so in other words, we need to become unwavering of self-worth, so we be able to stand in front of lots of people and not be bothered about what they're thinking, so we can help them change their perspective of who they are and learn how to love themselves. Because if they want to see a 10-foot galactic being of beautiful heart, they have to learn to see themselves in the mirror. Otherwise, they're going to have a meltdown. I said this before, right?
True. So true.
Anyway, that's what I'm seeing in your energy. And Yeshua is, he's got his hand on your shoulder, and he's very grateful that I was able to let you know today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I feel like crying.
Wow. Thank you.
I was crying when you were talking.
Thank you. Wow. That was really touching.
That was something beautiful is going to happen out of this. Always does.
Wow. That's amazing.
And thank you for allowing me to be here and to share what I can do, because, you know, you can do what I can do. Tracy can do what I can do. Everybody can do what I can do. You just have to learn to get out of your own bloody way.
Sure.
Learn how to love your ego, and learn how to understand your energy signature, because your energy signature is what the universe speaks to, nothing else and nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
And spiritual ego needs to be chopped by its knees. There's too much spiritual ego going on. Better than thou, and I'm doing better than you, and all this type of stuff. And that's why we're being awakened. The ancient ones need to come here and do this work. And believe me, I've sat in my lounge room at 10 o'clock at night talking to Gabriel and Zorian, and I've had ancients sit in my lounge room because they like to talk to me, because I just won't take shit from them either. And that's the same with you, Angela. You won't take shit, right? So what that means is...
You called her on it.
Yeah, right. But, yeah, because, you know, like... especially with all the energetic stuff. If you haven't spoken to Archangel Gabriel or Zorian and you don't have a password and you can't tell me where you are from and you can't tell me your purpose, you are not permitted in my space. That's what I mean. I don't care how, like, I have sat in front of an ancient being who tried to maneuver me to move away from my team, and I said, can you see who's around me? And let me tell you, I don't care how evolved you are, you got to show me respect or you can't come into my house. And this is what I teach my clients.
Yes.
So imagine if everybody on the planet can do that. Imagine we wouldn't, the 1% won't be able to stay on the planet because the energies would be too high for them to, it'll drive them mad. And that's what the idea is we need to drive them mad so they can't stay. And the 1%, the cabal are real. Let me tell you, they are very real and they're very dangerous at the same time. So we need to tap into our brilliance and get rid of them. There you go. Whew, my heart.
I've been watching. It's like I've been watching. We were just talking about the cabal. I've been watching something go down for 50 years. I'm 70 years old, and I read and study a lot, and I've always tracked the news until now. And I knew something was going on. I said, who in the hell is driving this bullshit? Who the hell is pulling the strings?
Let me tell you though. Yeah, but let me tell you, they are ancient and they are as powerful as the light. So I don't care how, I really. Yeah, people need to understand this. There's lower vibration energy. The lower vibration energy is just a distraction. There is a high dimensional dark energy as equally as powerful as the light. And let me tell you, they both work together because they need to.
There's a balance. We live in a world of duality, even in the higher planes, until you get to. But it's
all about you are dark and light. So I'm here to show people how to love their darkness, because once you learn how to learn their darkness, they can't touch you.
True. So true.
Wow. I knew if you two got together, it would be epic.
Oh, yeah, I can feel it. My heart's just going 1,000 miles away. I feel the connection, and I just can see Yeshua surrounding me. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just give him a big cat there hug.
I'm 70 years old. I chose a DNA strain of family where they lived a long time and through a lot of damage, or I wouldn't still be here. Yeah, I'm 70.
Yeah. Can during my 12 years of isolation, when I woke up one night and there was what I considered to be the devil, right? But that's a perception thing. But I saw he was standing there looking at me, and I looked at him and I said, sorry buddy, can't touch me. But I know why he can't, right? I know why. I really know my history. But what I'm saying is, if you really knew what that was all about, you wouldn't be afraid, right? Because that 1% has demonized it all, so you don't go connecting to yourself. God loves us all.
Yeah, the fear motive, the fear manipulation.
And that's all real, right? That's all real. The human condition, the anxiety, and all those things are real, and we have to acknowledge it, and we have to learn to remove it from our space, right? That's real. We can't deny it. There's a lot of people in the spiritual community that deny this stuff, right? You can't deny it. Otherwise, you're going to stay in 3D. And 3D, 3-dimension, the grids and the doors are being reconstructed right now to close down, because whoever decides to stay in 3D will have to stay in there for another 1,600 years. That's another 2 lifetimes before you can get to this point again, because the energies are slowing down for 3D. And they started back in September 2019. And then November 2019, the energetic fence was taken away from everybody, and that's why everybody's running around like they can't find their footing, because that people need to learn to love themselves enough to not take the shit.
Sure. Sure.
Oh gosh, Angela, you're bringing this out. Wow.
She has a sister. She has a sister, Joanne, and she'll be quiet, and her sister's like her mouthpiece. It just flows. Her sister does what you're doing. Yeah.
So I'm ready now to, I want to tell people, I want to tell you, you can do what I can do. You can stand up on your feet. You can dust yourselves. You can merge into your highest self that you have decided to bring into this life and be magnificent human beings.
Yep.
Go for it. What are you waiting for? The door's there. Walk in. Don't be afraid. Come on. I'll walk in there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Angela, see what you're bringing this out.
Some people, I guess, it's fear. And some people, it has to do with their upbringing too, their household came from, and because of all of that, it's being suppressed.
Yeah.
Some people know what they want, but it's like a two-hand. They know what they want, but at the same time, they're scared.
Yeah, and that's right, and I understand that. I've been afraid. Oh my gosh, yes, I've been afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely been afraid. I've looked into demons, and I've gone into the corner to hide from them. I've been afraid, very much so. But for me, what I've learned is, and what I share is that the only way you're going to get up is that if you pull yourself up. Yes, you're going to be afraid. You're going to cry. You're going to yell. Hey, I used to tell God to F off all the time before I calmed down. Really. And he used to stand there and go, I love you. And I said, do you? Well, why aren't you here? I used to have that conversation, right? So, yes. You got to acknowledge every part of you. You got to embody everything about yourself and learn to love everything.
Sure.
And it's going to be hard, and you're going to cry, and you're going to yell, and you're going to feel like telling people off. You know what I mean? You're going to do all those things. Of course you are, because you're untangling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We're knots of energy. How you get those balls of string from Bunnings or something, and then you pull it out from the wrong part, and it all goes into these huge knots, right? Have you ever had that, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what our energy is like, right?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I like what Emma says.
Yeah, so you can do it. I know you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
You can.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I can do it tomorrow. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I know it's 1:45.
Oh, you guys.
It's really late in Australia. We might call it quits.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for coming on, Angela. I'll get a hold of you.
I'm so happy that I came.
Oh God, I was really sad when you weren't able to come on. I'm glad you did. I hope you two can friend each other. You're both on my Facebook, so yeah. And I will invite you to her group. I will invite you to her group.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a group that she does. And,
that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do light language. Blessings to you all.
Blessings to you too. Mm-hmm.
And to you, Trace. And to you, Carly.
I think. Sorry.
We're gonna big day tomorrow. All three of us are gonna have a massive day tomorrow. And it's like,
Oh, you're gonna go to that show, right?
no.
We have to
We've
get
got
the
a-
stop with
We're
that.
a working bee.
Tracy's coming around with it.
Yeah, I so
We're
love.
having
I
a
saw-
working bee out at Tracy's to fix a few things.
Oh, okay. Well, have a
Uh-oh.
great day. I hope it's not raining and it's
You know,
not
you
cold.
guys all live in Adelaide. All the four of you here.
Yeah, well, I was at a
Yes,
psychic
we know.
fair, and that's how I met Brooke. He just came over and said hello.
Wow.
He
That's
was
what I'm off to
talking
do
about-
this
I'm going to go
weekend.
get Madison to sleep.
I'm doing
He was-
that Sunday. I'm going to network and meet down to Gawler and
I really
Yeah.
want to
talk
go.
to everyone.
It's not going to happen.
Like over here in South Australia, for some other, like you got to wear a mask, right? I walk around without a mask. I don't wear a mask.
Me too.
I don't
I
wear it.
keep forgetting.
I
She's
don't
a
wear it.
health
But,
worker too. She's a
yeah,
carer. She's
I
what you
don't
call
wear
a
it.
carer.
but you know what
Oh.
I'm finding, right? I put the toxicity out of my energy, and I walk around as if I don't need it, and no one has said anything to me.
Oh, they're all in lockdown. Almost the entire country's in lockdown now.
But you know the Gawler Psychic Fair, Brooke, they all have to wear masks.
I know, but it's like going to a superhero convention. I walk around going, "Who was that masked man? Who was that masked woman?"
Oh my goodness.
Put your
Yeah.
cape on.
Yeah, well, have a good day.
Yep.
Goodbye.
I
Nice
will.
to meet you, Angela.
Thank you so
Nice talking to you.
Thank you
Tom.
for coming on, and thank you, Brooke,
Yes,
for having this
love
show
you
for so
guys.
long and allowing us to come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'll continue it. I hope you
Yes,
guys be
I know you'll
co-hosts.
continue. I'm just thanking Brooke for getting it up.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Up and going, and
He and I just filled in for you and Tracy one time, and he just started doing it. And he says, "Oh, you're on this show," and I'm like, "What?" So that's what happened. And then Angela and all of you came on, and thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think we did a ton of shows for like 3 or 4 hours where everyone left and we'd still go for another 2 hours just
We're just
entertaining
babbling.
ourselves.
Yeah, and that's where I had to learn that the format had changed and to shut the fuck up. Sometimes.
No, you're right, man.
Yeah, no, it's 1:45 in the morning now, and it'll probably
Oh,
take me an
yeah.
hour to calm down.
I imagine.
I just can go, God.
But you worked so
Mate,
hard
I've
here
got,
today.
yeah. Madison's
We're in
like,
your bed.
fucking,
Yeah, both Angela and Tracy
she
are
went to
carers.
bed.
Angela's a hospice nurse, and she helps people pass over.
Oh dear.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, she helps people pass over.
So if you two are
That
carers,
would-
does that mean the rest of us are don't carers?
Probably.
That's that would explain why Yeshua is with you. I've actually had clients come to me because those who have passed over want to see me because I help them go through the door. And then the person sits there and gets upset with me. Well, that wasn't a good reading. I said, well, it wasn't for you. It was the person that we just spoke to who needed closure, and I needed to move them into the light.
Right.
That's happened a couple of times.
I'm going to text you. I'm going to message you something, Angela, that happened when my mother died. A guy was working with an AA pass at the same time. I want to talk to you about it. I'll go ahead and message you though. I was going to talk about it in the show, but I'm going to wait. I was told I was told not to talk about it now, and I actually listened. Holy shit!
First time for everything.
Yeah.
It's getting late. We always get silly when it gets
Oh
late.
yeah,
We get tired.
it gets bizarre.
Maybe us in Adelaide, maybe we should meet for coffee one day and have coffee.
Yeah, my house is always free for a coffee.
Yeah,
It's
relocation
just
rug
easier.
rats.
It's just easier for me, to be honest.
She's got so
I know
many.
it's really selfish, but it's
She's-
easier for me to stay at
she's
home
old
and
mother.
everyone come to me.
She's old Mother Hubbard.
Not all.
Yeah, it's an idea. I just a thought.
Oh no, I was hoping you guys would get.
I'd be up for that, most definitely.
What I would love to do is have you guys have a coffee thing, and invite some of us in, and have like different of us in there, like virtual. Think about
like
it.
have our phone kind of.
Yeah.
Have you seen my setup? I'm not dragging this crap around.
No,
Down
but
like a
I'm
coffee shop.
talking about just something simple
When I get my phone back.
from your
I might
daughter.
do
Yeah.
that. No, it's getting repaired. It went for a drive.
And then a fly.
And then
And
it
it's flat.
flew. Yeah. My
Well, I
phone
think-
smashed.
I think a guide said if you don't get off that phone for 5 minutes a day, I'll.
Well, don't laugh. Stacy and I were actually just talking about that. That what's going on with me at the moment is it's trying to tell me just to relax, just chill out,
Hey, Penny's back.
and then my phone goes and smashes. I'm like, my life.
Hey, Penny.
All right, I'm going to go now.
Okay,
'cause it's
yeah,
almost
me
in
too.
the morning.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yes.
I'm
you.
gonna go ahead and talk to you afterwards.
Thank you
Bye-bye,
all for coming
Katerina.
on. Thank you everyone
Thank you.
for joining us. Mwah. I'm gonna go get Maddie to sleep.
Sweet
Bye.
dreams, everyone. Have a great
Bye.
day, everyone else.
Bye.
Okay, people.
And
Lo-
I'm gonna
Love
go
and
ahead.
leave you.
And remember, we all come from the same place.
Yes.
Except.
Except for that guy.
Bye, gorgeous.
See you, people.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna go ahead and message you, Michelle.